What is happening, YouTube? It's your boy Zary from Zary's Mobile Gaming, back at you again today with another video. Got my coffee. I'm going to be going over in today's video Sharp for the Ember event. Now, my last video, the audio got all like super wonky and it was like really loud. So I'm working on fixing that. Apologize to everybody out there. First world problems, I know. Thank you to all my subscribers out there in the YouTube land, making my dreams come true. And if you're not a subscriber, come on, click that button down there. You're missing out on some good stuff. So without further ado, let's get into Sharp. So at the time I'm filming this video, the Ember's Flame event is 12 days and 7 hours away from launch. Now you got another 7 days on top of that because it does last for a week. In my last video, I went over Nightale's lead and how it is going to benefit everyone here. If you did not see that video on Aurelia, right up top there's going to be a card. You can click on that. Got my shameless plug out of the way. So her lead gives health back based on critical chance. So we need to keep that in mind when we're looking at Sharp. We know the criteria. It is level 60 plus, gear level 7 plus, 5-star, rune level 16, abilities level 6. And as I stated before, with abilities, I'm bringing them up to level 2, because then it only requires green scrolls, and then once I get all the characters unlocked, I can start plug and playing my abilities. So let's go down my list and see what I got. Level 45, can't check that box. 48 out of 65 stars, can't check that box. Gear 6, can't check that box. Rune level, can't check that box. In all reality, level 60 isn't going to be an issue. I can check that off. Star level isn't going to be an issue. I can check that off. Gear potentially should not be an issue. Let's get into Sharp's moves. Sharp is a elf, fighter, warrior, and bounty hunter. I haven't made a video yet on the Diesel Rog character, but he does require warriors, so putting some gear and things into Sharp can only help you in that event too, so just a double plus for the guy. First ability is Spin Kick. Deals 140% of physical damage to an enemy and 20% chance to inflict armor decrease for 2 turns. The number one thing here is physical damage, much like Aurelia, and chance to inflict armor decrease for 2 turns at a 20% level. You don't increase that chance until you get to level 5. So is it worth taking that skill up to level 5? I don't think so. Ability 2 is the Wombo Combo, and it attacks enemies 3 times. Each attack deals 95% of physical damage. You get that up to 4, it's 110, and 5 is 125. Level 6 is 150. Level 4 is probably a realistic goal for me to get there. Ability 3 is Critical Thinking, and gains a critical chance increase and applies it to 3 allies for 2 turns. At level 4, it gains critical chance increase and applies it to 3 allies for 2 turns, and Sharp gains critical damage increase for 2 turns, and at level 5, it applies it to the whole party. This move is going to be essential, I believe, for this event, and giving it at level 4 I think could be realistic. Number 1, the crit chance increase that applies to 3 allies for 2 turns. That's just more healing under the Nightale lead. And then ability 4 is his passive ability, and Sharp gains 15% critical chance. At level 5 it's 25%. This can't be understated how important this is going to be to his overall moveset and survivability. If you can get this to 4, which is 20%, or 5, which is 25%. There's so many things you can do in your runes, because he's going to be healing himself constantly. Just moving myself out of the way. Right now I have it at level 2, and he already has a critical chance of 37.17%. I'm missing a rune, they're not maxed out. I don't really have them optimized yet, which we'll get into in a minute. Getting an additional 20% critical chance could put you over a 1 in 2 hit, plus the buff he is going to apply on his 3rd ability. All these characters are tying well into a very synergistic team under Nightale, and I kind of want to play with him. I can't believe I just said that. So to prioritize these abilities, for me, definitely comes down to 4th ability being the most important, his passive daily training. You know, getting the extra critical chance, increasing the survivability is absolutely humongous under the Nightale lead. And then, again, the critical thinking, where he gains a critical chance increase and applies it to 3 allies for 2 turns. And if you get it to level 4, it gives him that critical damage, and I didn't see that before, but it also reduces the initial cooldown for 3 turns. So Essentially, you're only going one turn without that. Now, when it comes to Homeboy Sharp runes, I got a couple different theories on how I want to rune him, and what you're seeing here is the first thought that comes through my head, to put complete critical chance runes on him, maximizing the critical chance output for him. So if you put 3 rune sets on him, rune word bonus would be 24. So you would gain an additional 24% critical chance on that. So there's a good chance you might be able to push his critical chance, if you do it this way, to 75% threshold. And that's not counting the 1 rune where you're going to get critical chance on. So that's the way I'm doing it. The other possibility is much like Aurelia, putting a damage set on, because you're really going to have to pump out the damage. On my last video, there was a really good comment by Elton, recent sub. Thank you very much. And he brought up the point that he's really worried about the damage output from the team I'm running, and it's a completely valid point. And I'm struggling between, do I sacrifice damage for survivability, or do I go straight damage and sacrifice survivability? So those are my 2 options, and on a couple test runs I can play it out. So I might have a backup damage rune set just waiting for him. See how that goes. The top rune again is just damage, so you're going to take damage. The way I am going to prioritize the secondary abilities for Sharp is I am going to put damage 1, crit chance 2, health 3. And the reason I say health, and I don't think I mentioned this in the last video, is that you don't, when you heal yourself from Nightingale's lead, you don't heal yourself off of her health, you heal yourself off of your health. So if you're struggling to find a rune that fits in, and you got one with a health primary, the more health the better. So going to the northeastern rune, obviously I'm going to go speed. I don't really got to say much more than that. Southeastern rune always has to be armor, so we're kind of, again, screwed there. So just try to maximize your secondary abilities. The southern rune, I'm going to put crit chance on there. And if I do end up maximizing his crit chance without that rune, say I'm sitting like 81%, I might get rid of that rune if his damage isn't where I want it to be, but right now I'm going to focus primarily on crit chance. Southwestern rune, I am going to have a damage primary there, and the northwestern rune, I'm either going to put a damage, but if I cannot find the damage, I'm going to go with health. So those are the takeaways on my boy Sharp. The more and more I look into their movesets, and if I can get Nightingale unlocked, I'm pretty interested to play with this team. The synergies coming off of them would be huge. I would much rather have Wonderlua in that team instead of freaking Singeal. But that's besides the point. Let me know what you think, and I'm definitely interested to hear everybody's thoughts about the runing options. Do you go all critical chance? Do you go 1 critical chance in damage? Do you go 4 critical chances in a health? Leave me a comment down below. I'm really interested to play around with that theory crafting. I gotta cut this thing off. I gotta get my daughter to school. And again, don't miss out. Subscribe. We got some good interaction going, but that's all I got. Be safe. When this comes out, it'll be Saturday, so I hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. I'm out.